Hello and a very warm welcome. Austrian preview again. Race 2 is Austria and we go again. What a fantastic race to open the season. As you can see, we got 2020 gameplay in the background. I'm Sebastian Vettel and in this gameplay I drive like the current Sebastian Vettel, but just a bit of fun as I talk about the up and coming weekend. We had everything. If this race can be as good as the last race, we're in for a treat. The last race had everything: crashes, retirements, stewards' decisions on DAS, giving Hamilton a penalty, safety cars, podiums, who you wouldn't expect. Ferrari bringing their upgrades forward. They were shocking in qualifying, they overachieved in the race. I hope Sebastian Vettel has a good weekend because, of course, everyone's digging him out. He's just going through a shit time and I hope personally he has a good weekend. I feel sorry for him now. By the way, what a move this was. I didn't actually touch him either. I watched it back on the replay. We get a warning for track limits though. Racing Point, they need to get more points. They had a retirement with Lance Stroll and Perez didn't really get what he should have. Haas, have they sorted their brake issues? I'm looking forward to the weekend. Lewis Hamilton needs to bounce back after picking up 2 ridiculous penalties. Valtteri Bottas always goes strong at this track. It's the second weekend of the F1 season. We had race 1. It was a stale race. Then it became a classic with all the safety cars. We had 9 retirements. Are we going to get the same in race 2? We're going around the same circuit. We've got 10 turns. We saw a lot of retirements, a lot of safety cars. Absolute carnage to bring back Formula 1. Be interesting to see how many people test positive. Hopefully no one does. I mean, they tested 4,000 people at the circuit and not one was positive. So let's hope we get them statistics again and we can keep going with this Formula 1 season. Penalty there as we get the purple sector. Don't know, man. I don't feel that was a bit harsh, but anyway. I can't wait for this weekend. I mean, I love it. We got back-to-back Formula 1 races. I mean, it's fantastic. We got the football on. We got the Formula 1 back. Race 1 was an absolute classic and one of the best first races ever. Hopefully this race can produce again. I think the weather's going to be a bit mixed this weekend, so that could throw a spanner in the works. Obviously Thursday we have the press conference. Friday, practice 1-2. Qualifying Saturday and practice 3 race on Sunday, and we've got the Formula 3 and Formula 2 here also. Great to see. Austria, Hungary, then back-to-back Silverstones. I love Formula 1. I'm so glad it's back. And a massive shout out to F1. They deserve huge credit. I was harsh on them in Australia and rightfully so, but they deserve huge credit. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, F1, they built them ventilators and they put on a great show last weekend. Everyone with face masks. It was actually really well executed by Formula 1. They should be proud of themselves. The only international sport to return, and it's Formula 1. I love Formula 1 and I'm proud that they're the first international sport. Let's take you through a lap. Into turn 1. We get very close to the Racing Point. A lot of people riding them curbs. This track is brutal on curbs, as we heard on the Mercedes radio in race 1. Are we going to get the move done? DRS wide open. Coming into what I would call turn 2, but it's turn 3. Again DRS. So the first bit of the track is mainly DRS as we are gaining on. Who's that ahead? I can't see because my monitor is really small. It looks like a Haas. I think it's Romain Grosjean. Yeah, we come round. Now, here's a tricky corner coming up. We saw many people go off there in practice. Max went off. Kimi went off. That curb, get on it. Now, this little S section. Great bit. And now, the final 2 corners, you need huge bollocks. Throw the car in. Ride the curb on the left-hand side. And then throw it into the last corner. Again, ride the curb on the left side. Brutal on the machinery and the F1 car as we go into the last lap. I can't wait for this weekend. My prediction is Max will win the race. He had an awful first race. Not his fault, the car let him down. Hamilton will be P2, needs to bounce back. By the way, again, what an overtake this is. Round the outside, baby. Yeah, Max will win the race. Hamilton P2, Bottas P3. That is my podium. And I hope Racing Point can actually finish like 4th where they should. Interesting to see what Lando Norris does. Sensational in the first race. All unknown, and I love it. I kind of love the unknown aspect. What can Ferrari do? They're bringing their upgrades forward, so I read. Charles Leclerc overachieved, and I can't wait for the weekend. We will do qualifying reaction, race reaction, driver ratings, once again for the Austrian Grand Prix. We have race 1 done. We go into race 2. I'm very excited, and then we go on to Hungary. I love Formula 1. And it's great that it's on every single weekend, along with the football. My 2 biggest passions. We come across the line in 13th. I had the AI on quite high, by the way. Adios. Can't wait for the weekend. Come on, Lewis Hamilton.